Okay, guys, so we talked already about proteins, carbs, right? Let's go ahead and get into it a little bit with fats, okay? We said, again, 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs equals around 4 calories. I think the actual number is 4.4, if you want to be specific. Now, how much does 1 gram of it's not body fat, how much does 1 gram of fat equal? It equals 9 calories, okay? That's the reason why a lot of people back in the day would be, afraid of, fat and whatever, because if they ate a high-fat diet, of course they would gain weight. But you got to understand, you take 10 grams of protein, that's 40 calories. You take, 10 grams of carbs, or it's going to be 40 calories. 10 grams of fat, 90 calories. So you can see it pretty much doubles, okay? And when you're trying to lose body fat or maintain your weight, your current weight, we want to maintain a certain calorie, right? Calorie intake per day. Okay, so you can see if you took high fat type of nutrition plan, well, you're probably going to hit your calorie intake required for the day, much quicker than if you just ate more protein and even carbs at times. Now, some of the important things about fat. We do need fats. Okay, there's different types of fats. Okay, you have saturated fats, okay, which tend to be found in red meats, dairy, cheeses, stuff like that, milk, and other things. And you have trans fats, which you'll tend to find them with a lot of the processed food that we eat nowadays. Okay, especially deep fried stuff. That's those are the two fats you really want to try to stay away from if you're trying to lose body fat. Okay, because basically those type of fats, they usually don't get used for fuel. Period. They just get stored immediately. Okay, and then you have other kinds of fats, which are unsaturated fats. Polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, I'll discuss that in another video. But you tend to find those on, nuts, avocados, olive oil, canola oil, coconut oil, which is actually really good for you too. Okay, but again, how much do you need? You have to portion it. Okay, and it all depends on your caloric needs of the day and how, and like I discussed on the previous video, how am I training? What's my goal? That's where it varies. Am I trying to put on some size and muscle mass? Well, then guess what? Most likely my good fat intake is going to be higher than if I'm trying to lose body fat or if I'm trying to train for something specific. Okay. Some of the other benefits on fat, that we know of, normal growth and development. That's going to be one good one. Also, fat is also used as energy. Okay. As I discussed before, carbohydrates, when the energy level is high, the demand of energy is high, your body's going to usually use carbohydrates. Usually when you go into, what did I say? Anaerobic state, meaning your body cannot process oxygen fast enough or fat fast enough because the output of energy is so high. Okay? And then when does the body use body fat? It'll usually use body fat as energy when you're pretty much resting or in a lower state of energy expenditure. Okay? Typically low to moderate cardio. That's where you'll use a little bit more body fat. Also, it's body fat. Intake good fats are also used for absorbing even minerals, vitamin A, vitamin D, E, K. Okay, those are the ones that I know of for a fact that are assisted with the to be intaken. Is that the right word? Or to be taken in, to absorb using fat. Also, you're going to have, body fat is also used to cushion your organs, okay? Even if you get super lean, meaning bodybuilding style, which is around, 3% body fat, guess what? You're still going to have some fat in you because it needs to cushion the organs, the liver, kidneys, and all those other things. Also, fat is used to maintain the cell membrane, okay? Again, essential, right? Because our bodies are made up of cells, as you guys know, okay? Of course, fat tastes good. I mean, there's no BSing about that. Fat tastes good. Makes food taste a little better, okay? And it's good. I mean, anybody that's, eating anything that's fatty, the fattier is, the tastier it usually is, all right? So let's talk about also what is your body, when it comes to fat, we said that, protein gets used as, one of the main sources for rebuilding your muscle. Carbohydrates is the main source of energy, for energy when the energy expenditure is very high. It also helps with the recovery of the muscles as well. And when is fat used? everybody asks. Again, if you're doing a low steady state to moderate state of cardiovascular or any energy expenditure, it's not even just cardio, even weightlifting can do it. Okay, guess what? Your body is going to process body fat. Now, a lot of people think about fat and they think, well, I want to get rid of this fat. You got to understand, guys, that fat cells, they tend to be bigger cells. And all you're really doing when you're losing body fat is you're basically reducing those cells, okay? You're reducing those cells, fatty acids and all that stuff. Basically, all you're doing is making the cells smaller, all right? Because you're always going to have fat cells in your body, all right? Also, the other thing that body fat is used for is for starvation. That's a big one for starvation, okay? For starvation, give me 1 second here. My computer's acting up here. There we go. For when you're starving, you got to realize, have you ever seen, and I mentioned this a couple of videos ago, somebody that starves themselves, doesn't really eat and whatever, and then they take their shirt off and they look flabby. They look like shit. That's what I call it. You look like shit. You know, and I've been there. We've all been there. We've all done it, okay? What happens is when you reduce your caloric intake way too much, the body knows this. Your body is an amazing mechanism. Okay, your body knows this and immediately goes into starvation mode. What does starvation mode mean? It means now your body, instead of using up more calories, is going to try to preserve calories. Okay, that's why I've met a lot of people that, you know, they will not really eat. You know, they eat maybe 1 meal a day, and they do that all the time. There's nothing wrong with doing fasting sometimes because it cleans your system out and kind of resets your body. But doing it constantly, what will happen is your body will pretty much realize this, and you know, a lot of people that eat 1 meal a day, usually what will happen is they're going to be extremely hungry, and they're going to take a massive amount of calories, the wrong calories, usually for that matter, usually very high in carbohydrates and very high in fat. And what will happen is that since your body's in starvation mode, most of those calories that you just took in, guess what your body's going to do? Your body knows, hey, you know what? I know for a fact there ain't shit coming in for the next 24 to even sometimes 30-something hours. I'm going to store this as fat, you know? Because what will happen is if you run out of food, why does the body, you know, you can be without water for, you know, depending on where you're at, for no more than just a few days. You know, if it's really hot and whatever, a couple of hours before you pretty much suffer heat stroke or dehydration. But what happens if the body goes, you know, if somebody's starving? You can go up to 2 weeks without anything. But what will happen is your body will start to break. First thing it'll use, as we said, it'll start to use the glucose in your system, okay, from the carbohydrates. Next thing your body's going to target, it's protein. Where does it find the protein? Your muscles. It will enter a state of what's called catabolism. Okay, it'll start to break down muscle tissue so it can survive. And then once it's pretty much done and you're looking all like crap, okay, your body then and only then will attack the fat cells and use it for energy up until the point where it just has nothing and organs start to shut down and basically you die. Okay, so we need to know, you need to learn when, you know, how to use up body fat for energy. Okay, and what we do here in HIIT Fitness Group, and what's really popular out there right now, like I said, with CrossFit, P90X, and all these exercises and all these workouts, they tend to be very high intensity. Very high intensity to the point where your body's main energy source during the workout tends to be carbohydrates. But after the workout, and this is the key, after the workout, because of the intensity and the muscle breakdown, okay, your body will basically at that point raise its metabolic rate. Okay, now you're burning more calories in the day. Okay, it's been shown that people that do high intensity workouts a couple times a week will tend to burn up to 100 extra calories a day, okay, for a 24-hour period. A lot of people say 100 calories, that's not that much, but if you think about it, okay, where are those calories coming from? Okay, if you're done with the workout and you're chilling for the rest of the day for those 24 hours, those extra 100 calories, they're coming from your body fat, okay, and if it only sounds like, 100 calories, but we said 1 gram equals 9 calories. So what is that going to equal to? Pretty much 10 grams of body fat use. Okay, so I hope this helped you guys out, clarified a couple of things. I'm going to make more videos regarding nutrition, but remember, macronutrients, vital. You need protein, you need carbs, and you do need fat to lose body fat. Okay, And that's what we do here at HIIT Fitness Group. I'll remind you guys again, we're on Facebook. Look for HIIT Fitness. It's going to be the black and red logo. We're located in Carrollton, Texas. Okay, we're actually going to be in a couple of months moving to a big facility so we can get more people in there and have some really outstanding and badass workouts. And also hit us at hitfitnessgroup@gmail.com, all lower capitals. Shoot us an email and get in touch with us. And like I said, everybody that trains here, they're in good hands, and you know for a fact that we're going to be working with you on your nutrition specifically for you, so you guys can get results, whether that's lose body fat, tone up, put on some muscle, or just perform better athletically. So remember, guys, okay, train hard, okay, stay fit, stay motivated. Pretty much, well, they're all important, but stay motivated.